Chapter 9, Deep Dive. Lucio stood at the edge of the vortex and felt it breathe. Deep below Sector 19, the architecture thinned and warped into a spiraling maw of swirling blue, white, and black code currents. The sector floor ended abruptly in a sheer drop that descended into what looked like the system's subconscious, the place beneath structure, beneath order, beneath everything an operator was ever meant to see. Lucio inhaled slowly. This is where the signals converge. Raymond stood behind him, arms crossed. Yeah, well, looks like where good ideas go to die. Al, still recovering from stabilizing the uplink tower, leaned against a floating support node. The deep layers aren't supposed to be accessible. You're sure this vortex is stable enough? No, Lucio said honestly. Raymond blinked. Cool. Cool. Love that for us. Lucio stepped closer to the swirling abyss. His eyes, behind the visor, were calm. This isn't natural instability. Something built this. Al frowned. The system doesn't build vortices. No, Lucio said softly. But the phantoms do. Darrell, finally awake after the lockdown, though still pale and trembling, approached slowly, his steps uneven. Raymond moved to steady him, but Darrell waved him off. I can stand. He inhaled. Lucio, be careful. Lucio nodded once. This was his burden, his part in the war. Raymond tried again. You sure you don't want backup in there? Lucio turned, a faint blue pulse glowing behind his visor. If I take any of you with me, your signatures will corrupt as soon as we cross the boundary. I'm the only one with a suit stable enough to analyze data at this depth. He placed a hand on the swirling edge of the vortex. It responded instantly. Blue spirals bent toward his palm, recognizing his suit signature not as a threat, but as an anomaly that belonged. Lucio's voice lowered. Besides, something down there wants to be found. Raymond frowned. That sounds terrible. Lucio exhaled. It is. And then he stepped into the deep dive. The descent. The world inverted. Up became down. Down became sideways. Colors bled into each other like wet ink merging together. There was no floor, no ceiling, only layers of streaming code twisting like rivers in a storm. Lucio fell, but he didn't fall. He drifted through memory, through history, through structure. The deeper he went, the more the world resembled a subconscious nightmare rendered in logic and geometry. Images flickered in peripheral vision, corrupted snapshots of sectors long gone, fragmented echoes of operators who had disconnected decades ago, shadows that whispered in broken data. His visor pulsed with static. Depth level, 13%. Neural link strain, rising. Recommended retreat, immediate. Denied, Lucio whispered. The vortex spiraled tighter around him, pulling him deeper. The temperature, or the code equivalent, grew colder. A haunting, rhythmic thrum pulsed through the current. Like a heartbeat. Not the system's. Something else. Lucio extended his arms and let the code streams flow across him. He analyzed patterns, decoded symbols, traced the logic arteries deeper into the abyss. Then he saw it. A structure. Massive. Ancient. Buried deep beneath the system's conscious layers. A cathedral of corrupted code. Its architecture was wrong, symmetrical but shifting, stable yet constantly rewriting itself. Red glyphs pulsed across its surface like muscle contractions. Lucio drifted closer. As he approached, the red glow intensified. The pulses sharpened. The heartbeat grew louder. His visor zoomed in, tracing the patterns across the cathedral's surface. And then his breath caught. The pattern wasn't random. It was language. A message. Over and over again, etched in red logic, we are here. Lucio froze. Then a second message began to appear beneath the first, the glyphs assembling in real time, responding to his presence. We see you. His pulse spiked. The code streams around him convulsed, swirling faster, tightening like a whirlpool preparing to swallow him whole. Another message appeared. We remember you. Lucio's voice trembled. Me? Then the cathedral moved. A ripple passed through its structure like something inside it had shifted. The red glyphs intensified, glowing hot enough to distort the space around them. Lucio raised both hands, channeling defensive algorithms. No, he said quietly. Not yet. I need answers. He activated full spectrum analysis. A beam of blue light shot from his visor, piercing through the corrupted walls of the cathedral. And Lucio saw everything. A vision slammed into his mind. A memory not his own. Operators fighting long before his team existed, ancient protocols, ancient systems, battling an invasion of shadows made of corrupted code. Phantoms. But not like the ones they face now. Primitive. Uncoordinated. Weak. And then something changed. The vision shifted to a massive swirling core of pure red data, a consciousness awakening deep beneath the system's architecture. The Phantom Overlord. Born from corrupted fragments. Grown from abandoned code. Evolved through decades of system errors and forgotten pathways. It wasn't invading. It was returning. The Phantoms weren't new. The system had fought them before. And failed. Lucio staggered, clutching his head as the vision ended. No, that can't be possible. How long have you been here? The cathedral responded. Long enough. A voice, not sound, but code, spoke through the deep layers. It vibrated inside his neural link, drilling into the space behind his eyes. Lucio gasped, struggling to maintain consciousness. Why now? Why attack? Another message appeared in blood-red glyphs. The system is weak. The cathedral pulsed again. You made it weak. Lucio's eyes widened. No, we stabilized the network. We prevented collapse, No. You opened the path. The lockdown woke us. Lucio's blood ran cold. The lockdown. Darrell's sacrifice. AL's beacon. Their victory, it wasn't victory. It was a signal flare. A beacon that had woken something sleeping beneath the architecture for years, maybe decades. Lucio's heart pounded. His visor flickered. Then what do you want? The cathedral shifted, revealing a deeper chamber, a swirling maelstrom of red data. To finish what we began. A figure rose from the red vortex. A massive silhouette. Glitching. Shifting. Burning with red lightning. Lucio nearly screamed as he recognized it. The Phantom Overlord. Fully manifested. Watching him. Analyzing him. Smiling, or the corrupted equivalent. His visor flashed warnings. Neural link corruption detected. Hostile code attempting injection. Force extract required. Lucio backed away, raising both hands. No, you don't get to rewrite me. The Overlord extended an arm of molten corruption, reaching toward him. You will join us. Lucio shouted, I am not yours. He unleashed a burst of blue energy that pierced the vortex around him. His suit flared, every circuit burning hot, as he forced a path upward. The deep layers convulsed violently. The cathedral screamed, a digital shriek that tore through code and logic. The vortex tightened. Lucio rose faster. Faster. His vision blurred. His neural link flickered. The Overlord's voice echoed behind him. You cannot stop us. You cannot hide. We are coming. Lucio broke through the surface. Light erupted around him as he was launched out of the vortex like a projectile, crashing onto the sector floor. Raymond caught him before he hit the ground hard enough to break something. Lucio. Hey, stay with me. Al dropped beside them, scanning. His neural link is unstable. We need to stabilize him. Darrell pushed through the dizziness, still lingering from lockdown. Lucio. What did you see? Lucio gasped for air. His visor flickered. His voice cracked. They're not invaders. Raymond frowned. What? Lucio looked up slowly. They were here long before us. The Phantoms, they've been hiding deep in the system for years. Waiting. Al froze. Waiting for what? Lucio swallowed hard. For someone to wake their leader. Darrell's pulse spiked. You saw it. Lucio nodded, trembling. The Phantom Overlord. Raymond stepped back. It's real. Lucio nodded again. And it's coming. He looked up at the three of them, eyes wide behind his visor. And it knows who we are.